What's up, cinema lovers, and welcome to another episode of Too Hot Cinemas. I am your host, SHRIM, and here on Too Hot Cinemas, I'd like to give my opinion on some of the most popular pieces of cinema in the world. And today's movie I'm going to be running through and doing a review on is going to be Thor Ragnarok, starring Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. Now let's get into it.
2 years after the Battle of Sokovia, Thor is imprisoned by the fire demon Surtur, who reveals that Thor's father, Odin, is no longer on Asgard. He explains that the realm will soon be destroyed during the prophesied Ragnarok, once Surtur unites his crown with the eternal flame that burns in Odin's vault. Thor frees himself, defeats Surtur, and takes his crown, believing he has prevented Ragnarok. Thor returns to Asgard to find Heimdall gone and his estranged brother Loki posing as Odin. After exposing Loki, Thor forces him to help find their father, and with directions from Stephen Strange at the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York City, they locate Odin in Norway. Odin explains that he is dying. Ragnarok is imminent, despite Thor's efforts to prevent it, and his passing will free his firstborn child, Hela, from a prison she was sealed in long ago. Hela was the leader of Asgard's armies conquering the Nine Realms with Odin, but he imprisoned her and wrote her out of history after fearing that she had become too ambitious and powerful. Odin dies as Thor and Loki look on, and Hela appears, destroying Thor's hammer Mjolnir. She pursues the two as they attempt to flee through the Bifrost Bridge, forcing them out into space. Arriving in Asgard, she defeats its army and kills the Warriors Three. She then resurrects the ancient dead who once fought with her, including her giant wolf, Fenris, and appoints the Asgardian Scourge as her executioner. Hela plans to use the Bifrost to expand Asgard's empire, but Heimdall sneaks in, takes the sword that controls the Bifrost, and begins hiding other Asgardians. Thor crash lands on Sakaar, a garbage planet surrounded by wormholes. A slave trader designated Scrapper 142 subdues him with an obedience disc and sells him as a gladiator to Sakaar's ruler, the Grand Master, with whom Loki has already ingratiated himself. Thor recognizes 142 as a Valkyrie, one of a legendary force of female warriors who were killed fighting Hela eons ago. Thor is forced to compete in the Grandmaster's Contest of Champions, facing his old friend Hulk. Summoning lightning, Thor gets the upper hand, but the Grandmaster sabotages the fight to ensure Hulk's victory. On that note, don't forget to check out some of our merch options provided by KLB Supply at klbsupply.com. Follow KLB Supply and Too Hot Cinemas on all social media platforms. Like and subscribe for any updates. And let's get back into it. Still enslaved after the fight, Thor attempts to convince Hulk and 142 to help him save Asgard, but neither are willing. He soon manages to escape the palace and finds the Quinjet that brought the Hulk to Sakaar. Hulk follows Thor to the Quinjet, where a recording of Natasha Romanoff causes him to transform back into Bruce Banner for the first time since Sokovia. The Grandmaster orders 142 and Loki to find Thor and Hulk, but the pair come to blows and Loki forces her to relive the deaths of her Valkyrie companions at the hands of Hela. Deciding to help Thor, she takes Loki captive. Unwilling to be left behind, Loki provides the group with the means to steal one of the Grandmaster's ships. They then liberate the other gladiators who, incited by two aliens named Korg and Meek, stage a revolution. Loki again attempts to betray his brother, but Thor anticipates this and incapacitates him, leaving him behind where Korg, Meek, and the gladiators soon find him. Thor, Banner, and 142 escape through a wormhole to Asgard, where Hela's forces attack Heimdall and the remaining Asgardians in pursuit of the sword that controls the Bifrost. Banner transforms into Hulk again, defeating Fenris, while Thor and 142 fight Hela and her warriors. Loki and the gladiators arrive to rescue the citizens, and a repentant Scourge sacrifices himself to enable their escape. Thor, facing Hela, loses his right eye, and then has a vision of Odin that helps him realize only Ragnarok can stop her. He sends Loki to retrieve Surtur's crown and place it in the eternal flame. Surtur is reborn and destroys Asgard, killing Hela as the refugees flee. Aboard the Grandmaster's spaceship, Thor, now king, reconciles with Loki and decides to take his people to Earth. In a mid-credit scene, they are intercepted by a large spacecraft. In a post-credit scene, the overthrown Grandmaster is confronted by his former subjects.
Alright, first reviews on Ragnarok. My favorite so far. It's definitely my favorite Thor movie so far. I love it. It was a perfect amount of funny, perfect amount of silliness. Actually got me interested in the character. Brought in a lot of cosmic stuff when it comes to the lore of Thor and the MCU in general. Just expanded the world of the MCU. Thor Ragnarok was perfect. It was funny. It had action. It had love. It had purpose. It was so much with that movie. It was so good. It was like the perfect blend of comedy with like real situations. Like his planet was about to be destroyed, and like he was trying to find a way to stop it from happening, but he had to realize that's not what he needed to save. He needed to save his people. What was that? Asgard is a people, not a planet. It was dope. I loved it. I loved the comedic timing of Chris Hemsworth. Like, I never knew he had it. Finally got me interested in the character of Thor. Got me interested in new characters, Valkyrie. Like, Valkyrie's dope. I want to see more Valkyrie. Like, come on. Like, this is the way Thor should be. I love it. Now for the grading. So now when it comes to the grading, I want to give comedy, dank. Hilarious. Drama, dank. When it needed to be dramatic, it was dramatic. Action, dank. All the action scenes were on point. Especially the gladiator scene. Oh, that was perfect. Thor and Hulk. Oh my God. Beautiful. Horror. I would definitely go more on the mid side when it comes to the horror. There wasn't really any like crazy shots or anything like that. There was a few things that were, but it was comedic. Any shock wasn't really scary. It was comedic shock. So I give that more like a mid.
And that was my run through and review of today's movie. Please hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below on what you would like me to review next. For now, smoke you later.